Just doing a quick video here, folks. Took a little vacation. I think my last video was about the freedom cells, and I noticed that there were a whole 6 people, maybe 8, that joined up. Oh well, you know, I put the information out there, and it was kind of a pathetic showing. I do appreciate the people that did come out and make a showing and join, and you know who you are. The only reason I put it out there was so you would have a resource to go to hook up with one another and hook up with other people. That's the only way that people are really going to be able to be free is, or form up freedom cells, is the way I showed you. And if you need to still go there and want to join up, you can look at my last video because the links are in there. I have really not been paying too much attention to what is going on in the world at large, because I have more important things to do, frankly, than to try to follow what all the alternative people are doing and saying, and this and that, and what's going on in the world. It gets to be a little much. Okay. Again, I have better things to do with my life than that. So right now, I'm basically chilling out, and I'll do videos occasionally, but I think probably what I'm going to do is do some videos. I really have been doing a lot of research and let's say refreshing my memory, because I know shitloads about the Hopi already, and have done videos and have done hour documentaries, but something is prodding me right now to go back and review some of the stuff that I already know, and also to learn new stuff. And I'm learning a whole bunch of stuff about civilizations in the Southwest, the Anasazi and the Hopi, and the related, the Chute and others, and also about prophecy, and also about the correlations between the stars, okay, and the geographical locations of their villages and towns and kivas and things like that, and their migration patterns, and what that all means, and correlating that with the times that we're living in and the cycles that we may be going through. And also I'm doing a lot of research on the Kachinas, the spiritual beings of the Hopi people, and the meanings behind them. So I may be doing some more videos on that. If and when I do some videos, I will be doing them on things of that nature. I'm not going to concentrate so much on the world events anymore, because frankly, I don't give a shit. And to be truthful with you, I've said more than enough things in previous videos. Got some 500 plus videos in the past that I've talked about things over and over and over again, and warned people about things over and over again, and discussed what's going on in all different kinds of levels of society and spirituality and all of that stuff. So it's all there if you want to review that. I did have a video get taken down recently by YouTube. One that I did back in 2017, and I'm like, really? Because I think it had to do with a shooting in Dallas or something that was going on back then, and I'm like, and they said something about, we took this down because of hate speech. Well, first of all, I don't believe in hate speech. There is no such thing as hate speech. There's only free speech and non-free speech. So, and is it wrong to hate? Well, I did a whole video on that too. In fact, that might have been it. I don't know. Because I brought up the proposition, well, is it wrong to hate? And I'm like, well, do you hate people that treat kids bad, or do you hate people that treat dogs bad or animals bad, or are there certain things that you hate? Well, yes, there are. And is it wrong to hate? Well, no, it isn't. So if you're speaking about something you hate, automatically they're going to say it's hate speech. Well, they're fucked up in the head anyway, so who cares? So they took a video down, and I'm like, oh, so take it down then. But they didn't give me a strike. Oh, whoopee-doo, whoopee-doo. They didn't give me a strike because they said, well, that was before our policy was spelled out specifically. And I'm like, you people are... That's what I'm talking about when I say I'm not paying any attention to the world or paying any attention to the bullshit that's going on, because it's all so insignificant and actually clown-like and, not my circus, not my monkeys type thing. It's actually comical. It's to the point where it's so ludicrous that it's comical. And it has nothing to do with the natural world and the world that we should be concentrating on. And that's one thing that I'm really picking up on in my study, my refamiliarization of the Hopi belief system and just the whole thing that I've been beating the drum about for years, being in tune with Mother Earth. That's really what it's all about, and anything outside of that is pure and utter ridiculousness. I think the only two things that I heard about while I'm taking my little leave here was the governor of this state, Nevada, dropped the mask mandates. Well, why would he do that? I'm happy about it, just for the fact that when my significant other goes into town, she has to deal with that kind of stuff. I'm happy about that. But what about all the damage that was done to businesses? And I won't even go there. It's basically the whole deal is it's election time coming up, and people want to think that they might, if they want to get reelected, they might want to change their stance or what. Who gives it? I don't care. I really don't care at all. And then the other thing that I noticed, the only other thing that I noticed in the news was, and I'm like cheering when I heard this, because this comes from like Earth News, not Earth News, Solar News. I subscribe to a scientific journal about the solar winds and that type of thing. Well, come find out, we had a magnetic storm, a magnetic CME, that knocked out 40 of the Starlink satellites. You know, those satellites that Elon Musk put up. Oh, that broke my heart. I'm like, wow, yay, man. All right. Father-son is knocking down some of the bullshit in outer space. 40 satellites, that had to cost them billions of dollars. And that's exactly what I have been talking about before with what could happen here? Everything could go down in a heartbeat just with one X-class flare from the sun. Or any number of things that could happen on Earth, for that matter. From Mother Earth, volcanoes, earthquakes, tsunamis, whatever. So, yeah, those are the only two things that I heard of that I was like rejoicing over or going, yeah, you know. Other than that, I'm not paying any attention to the bullshit. And when I come back for my next video, hopefully, and again, you know me, I mean, I may never come back, or I might come back next month, or I might come back in a week, but if I do, it'll be about talking about the Hopi and the Pueblo people and the Southwest, and things that really mean something, things that are really interesting, as opposed to the uninteresting circus out there. So anyway, I'm going to just leave it there today. I just wanted to do a short video. Thank the people that made an effort to go into the Desert Shaman on freedomcells.org. It's great, you know. I appreciate those that made the effort. Those that didn't, at least I offered you something that the other people out there aren't offering you, and that's a way to connect with a Freedom Cell network. What can I say? Anyway, I'll leave it there. Adios.